Let's call for a countdown, folks. You guys ready for game number 110? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it going for game number 1. All these competitors are here for a reason, and it's going to be a spectacular time. Make sure you're supporting each and every one of the competitors, but also screaming out your favorite competitors that's up there. I took a look to my right. I see Pfluger playing with Hippie Habitat of Bins. Pfluger, an amazing competitor. Sancho, game 1. I can't wait to see what we're dropping.
It's zero build time, and it's all hype, and it's all happening live here at TwitchCon in San Diego. Let me hear you, San Diego. Let's go.
Let's go, San Diego.
All ready to roll.
Glorious.
It is coasting over clear skies is the weather today, and we're gonna take a look at the splits, and it's gonna be a north-south split down to the southwest area. All our competitors are jumping out. We got Tfue is here on the bottom left.
Ninja.
I think Tfue is representing his buddy. He changed his name. He has a power of ninja behind him.
I love it. Love it. OG Ninja. All right, Tfue dropping down. We'll be watching his position first. He's going to be on the south end, if I'm not mistaken. I was actually surprised you said central, but south is pretty stacked.
He's definitely going to go to the floater barn. We talked about it during a little bit before the show. He said he wants to be at the airship. It's going to have some valuable loot inside of it. And not only that, he's going to have the ability to rotate into Rocky Reels, which is going to be a scary place to compete in as well.
Czar Ranger. Sizz Lucky over here, one of the teams that I'm excited to watch. We talked about Ranger trying to qualify so many times, you know, just falling shy of the first place. He's here for a reason, and he's dipping out.
This is what I'm talking about. Look here. There's nothing here for them to go. There's a lot of teams already in the high areas of the balloons, and they're going to make this traversal push as Hippie goes down. The bunker was not enough to be able to protect him as he gets beamed from Jathan Co.
And now Benz and Flu are going to be forced to dip out and try and just maintain their lives as much as possible. Building still staying on top, not moving. Jathan as well. They've been here for a considerable amount of time. And honestly, I prefer their positioning more so than Nick Oppico is going to be just down low. And you do have the sniper as well ready to go. Sancho, who's down low that they're shooting at? I still think it's Pfluger potentially.
Oh, no. Jade is putting in the work with the Evo Chrome rifle, and you can see it because it's a purple variety. The more damage you do with this new Evo Chrome weapon, boom, Hippie gets beamed
That's
out.
heartbreaking. Heartbreaking to see for Hippie. I think 2 players on his roster still alive, but Jade building, they are not going to let them go for free. That's Benz and Pfluger, but their back is going to be exposed. This is such a bad spot for them to be in.
Here's their strat. They're going to use these bunkers to kind of leap pad their way in, but it's going to be a focus here, and they don't have many as Motor is doing the exact same thing, and Tfue's going to use that opportunity. This beams and Tfue now is caught in the crossfire. They have to retreat back into the bunker, and oh no, broken shield, broken over shield. This is a trouble situation.
It's a hard situation to be in, but he's going to be okay for the time being. Now, one thing I want to take note, Sancho, look at how calm he was during that entire situation.
And one thing to take as well, no placement points have been doled out. It's all been Elam-based, and Alex gets a little bit too close for comfort, has to shockwave out, and he gets beamed out of the air, and that has to be Tfue. He gets the Elam.
That's right. So I believe they're going to be sitting at a couple of eliminations. Good on them. They are within a zone, so they don't have to move, but one wall's already been blown out. That's going to isolate them to the team just up ahead. But Zimmy laying down great coverage fighter. Notice Shockwave's going to be out. That's going to blow it away. Now you got one that's going to be just by himself. He's not going to be back into the storm. Forced to come in. Sypher's going to be on the outside as well. It's about to get crazy.
Big plays coming up, but Nate goes down, and another bunker goes in. Blur goes in. Sypher coming in from the backside. It's all about a battle that's about to go down. Barrel the hatches, because here comes the noise.
Tfue, he stays alive for a little bit longer, but the pressure's going to be on. He's now down to just 52 health. He's going to get pushed. He's now down. The last one that's going to be alive is Zimmy, and Zimmy's not alive for very long, and Tfue's roster is down and gone.
Blur comes in. We talked to Pilkey at the very beginning, and he had the full confidence to push the big dog out the yard.
That is huge for Pilkey. And Cohen, look at how confident, look at how excited he is. Now, granted, there's still a lot of teams around, so you can't celebrate too hard, but you know what? Have your moment, live it, and let's get ready to go again.
I only have 1 impulse left.
36 players still up, a lot of elims. I like what Blur is going to do as our trio from the LatAm Zeko goes down. MXR still from the French is still up. Nick takes a couple of shots here. Here comes the rotation. CRR has him in sights. Nick sending beams in his backside. Nick and Bonsai bully everybody off the top of this platform. They got to get him ready. They got to move.
I'm curious if Giljus is going to have an opportunity because Nick and them, they can't just stay up here. They can stay up for a short bit of time, but Giljus is going to be ready there to attack them. Once again, the final quarter going to be locked, but the zone's moving forward, and they've got to go. Like I said, Giljus is down below, so they've got to watch their backside. That might get laser, but at least as of right now, they're okay.
Nick just gets in, gets a bunker out, and now they're chilling. They're in the safe. They are separated just a hair, but now Aydan, who has been getting so many elims, has someone else in the sights. The boost!
What?
Aydan, baby!
Giljus was looking right at Aydan. Aydan was looking at Giljus, but he can't rest just yet. He's now going to be sent flying through the air with the shockwave. One player up top, but Aydan's going to drop down, and now it's going to be up to Versa to try and carry the trio.
They did equate the number of victory royales, getting 11 points. It is the French team, Viva la Blue. They are wrecking right now. Kaizen, MXR, and Nikov all the way from the EU. Here in San Diego. Big shot from Nikov.
Beautiful shot from Nikov. Like you said, he was sitting so still, so quiet underneath the zone, but now he's going to be all right. Kaizen, Nikov, Immers looking to take down Sharkman.
They pulled zone, and that's going to be huge. Everybody has to go their way.
Taking their time, bridge up ahead is going to have at least a couple of trios. So chaotic here. This is where communication is the utmost important. A couple of big tags up ahead. Surely that player's got to be one shot, but you just got to get a couple more. Send fly, the separation. Thelma's going to drop. Now another one's going to be out. Isolated. The rock's not going to happen. That's going to be another couple of eliminations going to them. He's sitting at 3.
EU came to play, and they are beaming, and now they're going to rotate into the safe zone with a perfect shockwave. Avoid anyone, but they do lose Kaizen. But hey, this trio is on fire, and they're going to send another shot down way.
Oh, but I love the cover just to the left, but he knows he's about to get pushed. Nikov is down, so is Kaizen. So it's up to Emmer to try and go big, but he's going to get flanked. Couple of good shots, but he's going to drop off. And that's going to leave Motor and Co down below, but they've got to get up. They've got to get up.
Nick A30 is still alive, and he is rocking it right now. Could Nick A30 win? Bonsai goes down. It is all up to Nick A30. Nick is getting beat. He has no shield.
Get in the zone. Get in the zone. There's he couldn't move. But what a good effort. That's 4th. We're now down to 6.
Motor is now going. Motor and Co. They get shockwave out. They're in the storm. It's ticking. It's hitting hard.
Jinx down low, Swifty moving through, an engagement taking place, Swifty, and that's gonna be it! Swifty and Co with Team Motor will take game number 1.
EU is in the house, and they get the first one on US soil.
Oh my goodness. You are not kidding.
You could say maybe they motored themselves to the top.
That's not a pun. That's
can
just
be.
a repurposing of a word.
I like it though, but look, see, they did motor themselves to the top.
Look at that, folks. 21 points. What a game from Team Motor there.
Well, it looks like we're already getting ready to go to game number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our competitors. It's about to get intense once again. Motor going for back-to-back. Obviously, Nick A30 looking to break into maybe the top 3. And all your favorites looking to at least get a W under their belts. Game 2, the jitters are out of the way, Sancho. Let's see what these competitors are going to be up to.
On the right side, you see where all our competitors are spreading out, and it looks like it's going to be a very similar bus going the opposite way now. And this is where we're about to go down. But look, the north side, and everyone that on that north, they got eliminated a lot early in their rotations.
Right.
And we saw a little bit of Zeko here, but we saw Sypher there at the very end, wondering if he's going to be able to do some things. Archie, part of the EU invasion, Hippie Habitat, gets eliminated with a rifle there. Let's take a look at what was going down between Takada and Aydan here. And we talked about they're going to hold their ground. It looks like they take the battle into the air on top of the airship.
Now they're trying to dip. Maybe Takada potentially coming back into the mix. Prospering, definitely trying to get out of the way. And this is what they tried to do in the first game. They tried to distance themselves, but I'm still curious if Prospering wants to come back and challenge. That's going to be a beautiful shot down low. One more coming through, just a hair away from taking that player down. And unfortunately, he gets away, or at least unfortunately for Prospering.
2 of Tokada's teammates go down in this scrum here. And like I mentioned, man, I know you're talking about you want to hold your ground, but you need to reconsider considering this team wants these elims. This is their playstyle. They got 11 points in the first game just on elims.
Granted, here in this stage, I think 4th or 5th place would be truly impressive, without question, right? We're out of the qualifiers. You don't just have to get first, but everybody's going for gold.
Of course, we're going to try not to give away too much information, but here's what we can give. It is QT Sharkman here to take away, but Jade goes down in a blaze as Aydan says, get away. This is my ship. I'm the captain now.
That's right, Sharkman. Now he's got to make a decision. Does he want to stay? Does he want to engage? Building might dip alongside that of Sharkman. They've got to converge together. This is one of the most aggressive teams in our tournament. During the they qualified in qualifier number 4. They impressed me. If Building and his team hear those shots ringing through, hear those shots connecting, this might be an opportunity where they go for the challenge and Building can just go ahead and go up. Jathan Sharkman can come on the flank. Honestly, Aydan has to play this very carefully.
Going back into another scrum here on the other side of the map here, a little bit south of that reality tree, or what's left of it, is considering all the magic is gone. It looks like it's a bunker alleyway here. We have the Artist Alley here at TwitchCon. Welcome to Bunker Alley. Everybody here set up in their own booths. I wonder what kind of shots they're selling on. Oh my goodness. Ranger dealing. He is dealing some artful shots out here, making a masterpiece.
Yeah, so Archie's already been lost. Gil just took a ton of damage, but they managed to get away for the
They're not going to get away.
But no, they're not going to get away, it seems.
They're going to eat so much of this inventory here.
Man. This is where you push. You have to. You know,
Yep,
Archie's already down. You got to go for the push. That's a bit risky. Shockwave is going to be out. There's going to be a lot of damage coming out for Archie. Archie is, in fact, going to be dropping CR as well. And the trio is gone. Ranger, Sislucky, Lazar will pick up 3.
The Crown King, the most crowns for, I don't know, so many seasons ever since they introduced it, gets on the board. It looks like 3 points. No doubt, you talked about changing their fortune from game 1, game 2, an entirely different story. And it is Laser who's putting in the work, gets himself that open opportunity with the sniper. And here is Cozy coming in, not knowing that they were going to compete today. They're still, but hey, we saw the eyes on Tfue. It looks like they have on their sights, and what an unfortunate circumstance to run into Tfue and Coup.
Well, we'll see if it's going to be unfortunate or not. They do take a ton of damage. Tfue going in for the challenge. He can be such an aggressive player joining Siminko. You cannot be down there. You got to be behind the bunker. Tfue knows this is where I push. The player is one shot, and he's going to fully commit for it. He's fully justified in doing so.
We talked about green lights. There's nothing like a green light of seeing white tags.
The natural rift is used. But he's gone. Good job, Tfue. So that's going to pick him up, I believe, to what, 2 eliminations.
A lot of the crowd favorites are cooking right now. They are behind them. Tfue and Ranger get themselves some valuable points, and hopefully they catch up to Motor's lead. Shout out to Piz, no doubt. Off ping, still fighting here. As Sakata now is going to go into the arms of Tfue, but Nate Hill, they have an angle on Nate Hill, and they're hitting him from the back.
Got Rampage off into the distance. He's not one to challenge at the moment. You got Tokata as well, looking to go for a pincer move. Tfue's very well aware of this. And they are going to be within zone, so they're going to be okay, at least at the time being. Tokata choosing to dip to the left.
Literally, someone built a 3-tier bunker. It looks like a run-by tower out in the distance. Hopefully, we can catch it in the comms somewhere, but this is going to be a very tricky situation. They're going to have to eat some storm damage to be able to get up and over, but it looks like someone, did someone just shockwave them out? No, Rampage may be in trouble.
Yeah, that's his teammate. Rampage shockwaves him. I think he was trying to go up the hill. No, going for the engagement. Rampage is going to be down. Tokata has to be the hero, and he's got to play this appropriately. Ring around a Rosie will go. A huge tag with the shotty off the rim, but he's not going to make it. Tokata will fall. That was Tfue.
Applause for Takata. Still a fan favorite, no doubt. They are still happy that Tfue was able to look at the feed right now, lighting up so many people. It looks like maybe Nick 830 may be crossing. Building takes out Otto. We saw Cypher in that building, so many people are going down on this rotation as Jay takes out Taxo. It looks like Cypher, yes, the red lights are lighting up, so many people are getting eliminated. So if you're here live, you see the red lights, that means they're gone.
So it means Aydan versus Prospering still alive. Pilkey also looking to win game 2. Pomedo is going to drop replays, goes for the collapse. One of the teams that I was incredibly excited to watch. Full trolling also down to just a sliver of health, trying to get away. Replays also weak, but it's going to be okay. Replays, Rotten Twinkie, Zuma, they pick up a trio.
An incredible run for this team considering that they did it as a duo. Now they have 11 points here in this competition, and they have to feel good. But look at the rotation at the mech. Look at the mini-map. They're going to have to go up towards the outpost, and that's going to be a treacherous rotate.
This is a power trio versus power trio. Plus, you got Motor still alive off in the distance. Dracone's also here. You literally have 4 trios in this tightly compacted area.
This is going to be interesting to see. Usually in builds, you could traverse this crazy terrain, but with no builds, you're going to have to choose your angles wisely. And look at everybody Billy goating on the side of the mountain just to find a place to breathe. But it's going to go down here as we get closer and closer to the end game.
Lucky Ranger Laser. It's going to be tough for them to make it up, especially with Zimmy.
Zimmy gets sniped again.
He got sniped again. Tfue, Nate Hill. They've got to get him back into play. They might be able to. You still don't want to make this push despite getting that snipe. You're going to get into trouble. But no, they're getting attacked from up ahead because one of the bunkers is too high off the ground. But it looks like Zimmy is going to be able to get back into the fight. But you're using valuable health and shield potions, man. It's not going to be good. Oh, Nate Hill's down too. No, Tfue.
Nate Hill, Zimmy down. It's up to Tfue to do the work here. Itro sitting up there from LatAm and Palermo. I think that's Palermo's trio sitting closer on higher of the outpost here. So once again, Tfue has been dealt a hand that he's going to have to find a way to make it look good. That river is going to look scary.
They've got to dip. They've got to get out of here because that hilltop is giving them so many issues. Plus, like you say, look at how far they have to travel. And it's going to be trio after trio. They're getting pushed, though. Tfue's going to be pushing into them. Tfue's forced to drop down. Ranger's also going to be down. This is an impossible situation for Tfue.
All that is happening, and I'm telling you right now, Motor has the best position in the lobby. They're going to have to go through Motor. Can Tfue survive? No utility to make this rotation. It's going to be tough.
Zone's moving through. Zimmy just on the edge. Tfue as well. You say they're going to wait, but Laser says Lucky Ranger going to be laser.
Down goes
Tfue's going to be down. Zimmy's already taken storm damage. He's forced to move forward. At this point, it is solo yellow. He just has to try and survive as much as possible, but the hilltop that was giving them so many problems before, they'll take them down. Tfue is gone, but what a great play coming up from Itro and Co.
Palermo here. Part of the LatAm community. Again, EU and LatAm is showing up. But here it is, Ranger from NA here trying to make something happen here for his trio. They have a great rotate. If they need to get in, they're going to basically be met with the entire lobby gatekeeping them as they're going to hug this reboot man. And hopefully, but oh no, here comes the beams coming through. Palermo getting some great work.
Palermo getting some great work, as you said, playing from home. The beam not an issue. Rangers to drop that trio that was moving through now loses one of their teammates. Another one from the play. That's going to be another elimination coming out in that bleed. That puts them at 4. Another team down low. No rest for the Ricket, but they have the high ground. Everybody has to move up to this. And what in the world? It's going on the left-hand side. This is going to be the last one up. Sliver of health.
So much is happening. The fireworks are popping off. All these teams that are competing, not here at LAN, are doing the work, but it is Motor going in and going hot, going live, but it looks like he loses that one shockwave, but Motor's out in about. He has to be careful here because he's out in the open. 33 points here, and he's without his teammates. No kind of mobility to get up this mountain.
Oh, this is going to be so hard. We knew coming into the final zone that this was going to be tricky terrain, but they do pull again. That should help a lot, but I'm still looking at Palermo and Co., who's going to be on to the top. Swift, Jinx, they've got to stick together. I'm loving this area to the right, plus we also have that natural rip, but do you take it? You said you don't want to be airborne too much.
It doesn't matter. They're going to take the noise to them as they get shockwave off the mountain. Here comes Swifty sending everybody into the storm here. Itro is going in. Itro is sending everybody, and it looks like, no doubt, Motor is putting in all the work right now as he's doing it again, and he gets it again. Motor gets it done.
Oh, real. Motor was screaming before he even won. He knew he had it, Sancho.
Back to back, back to back, back to back.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wait, he was literally screaming before they even won. He knew he had it in the bag.
Well, and it was two European teams at the top here, one of which is playing from home. You talked about the dominance of the other regions coming in and showing these North Americans how to play this game. Look at the pop-off from them again.
I'm telling you, Motor has it in his entire trio. He gave him a shout out. They have the knowledge. You know, hey, a lot of this is where zone pulled. It pulled literally behind the mountain where they were making that rotate, and it kept pulling in their direction. But it doesn't matter. If the zone goes into your backyard, if the zone favors you in the moving one, you got to cash in.
Let's take a look at the standings for our TwitchCon San Diego Road to Fortnite finale here thing we got going on. Motor still on top. Obviously, he's won 2 games in a row. Palermo gonna take second place right now, behind by 9 there with 2 excellent games in a row. And Building, a team we highlighted early on here, but haven't really talked about in the games here, Sancho, running out the top 3.
I'm a good American, so it's like, come on, Bill, you can't poke the bear like that. But I tell you what, we're about to get into our 3rd game, ready to go. Sanchi, you ready for it, baby?
Bear's got hands, all I'm saying.
Gonna Can I just appreciate that is the perfect name? No Sweat Insurance. Good job from the Epic team.
You know, they know a couple of things in Blur. It's personal, folks. It is personal. This is the biggest stake into the ground right now. Motor is using everything that it can. I really... Blur is throwing this game for this, Elam. They are throwing this game hard, crazy. I've never seen this aggression. Motor has plenty in the tank to get away. He has bunkers, he has shockwaves. And dude, they could turn this around. Motor is not, you don't want to mess with Motor in his house.
Okay, so it's
here we go.
Blur's going for it though. He wants to get airborne. But Motor's below. Oh no, there he is. Hey, Peekaboo, 27 shield tag. I think Motor might be trapped though, and Blur can just basically use this angle. Another one's going to be placed, and Blur at this point is just like, bro, let me in.
I am shocked. I am shocked that this is happening. Motor is not going down without a fight. Motor fighting back.
It took some work though, Sancho. It took some work, Sancho.
Blur is the crusher of dreams.
No, man. That is a... Man, that's real, dude. That's going to get nasty here in a bit. That is something we're going to definitely have to keep an eye on here. It's land, baby. The temperature does heat up here in the room just a bit as Blur takes out Motor. This would not happen without that balloon. The balloon makes this fight happen, considering that they do have mobility. But no, everybody now is going to collide here. Replays now has the French team here in his front doorstep. Can't replace reply. Rotten Twinkie goes up there. Replays has no shield. Down goes Rotten Twinkie. No Rotten Twinkie. Took down Nikov. Nikov goes down as they collapse on top of him. Zuma replays and Rotten Twinkie hold the fort down as the French trio pushed in and they went into the arms of Aydan, Prospering, and Versa. This Bush little, whatever, this campsite that I like to call it, Bush City, you gotta watch out, man. Bush City is no joke.
This might be one of the best placements for Sparkle PT and her team. They made it very far. Granted, still 43 players remain.
I don't think they're close to the placement.
Not at this moment, but again, I think they do have potential, especially where they were located. Not a lot of competition around it, but it is going to heat up without question, folks. Don't you worry about that. And a free drop coming in for Dracones.
There is Chrome Splash in the inventory. I've yet to see anyone rotate with the Chrome Splash Blobify yet. I'm going to keep an eye on that as there is Chrome Splashes in the inventory. As you see, Jake, Aydan.
This has to pop off.
It's going to pop off
Here
soon.
it goes.
They're using these bushes expertly. Jake finds one a little bit, but in just a matter of moments here, he will be collapsed on by Aydan and co.
Yeah, Jake's going to take a little bit of damage. It's always so testy to be fighting amongst these bushes. Jake is going to fall. I don't know if Building and co is still alive, but that might be the full trio gone. Maybe the transfer over. Tfue's already going to be dropping. Ranger. Zimmy by himself. 1v3. That was going to be a Ranger taking him down. The trio gone once again.
Zangi and Piz take them down right there. A big collide. Again, man, NA is just being pushed around here in these games here at TwitchCon San Diego.
It's never easy going up a hill.
That's a lot of experience with that trio. They play a lot together back in the day, so that is what they're going to lean on, just like Nick 830 and Bonsai Bros and co have to lean on the experience. We literally saw them here earlier when Palermo was knocking on the front door, and they never left this house. Can Nick hit his shot?
It's hard to snipe on 60 FPS,
sends one flying was a warning shot. Second one, it's up. Sees him off in the distance.
Waiting for the
perfect opportunity to strike just to the left. Shockwave going to be used. Can he get the other shot? Not just yet, but that's okay. We're going to bring out the AR.
They gotta hit the shots. Hit the shots. You gotta discourage it. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta discourage it. You gotta let them know that we are skillful enough to hit it. And here comes the grenades are being exchanged between the two. Back and forth. Zangi is gonna take this fight here. Nothing connects here. Reflections, but Piz eats a grenade, and they're gonna have to watch out here. Does Bonsai Bros and Nick 830 push in, and they are fighting back. Oh boy, Zangi now really close, and they're gonna hit the retreat. The sound is out of there. Nick 830 and Bonsai, hold on.
Well done from Nick 830 and Bonsai Bros to hold their ground, but still it's not going to be a one shot. It's going to close the first. It's going to be Nick 830. Nick 830 is going to take that one. It's going to end up falling on Bonsai Bros. Only one is going to remain. He's got to hold his ground strong. Piz is going to fall, but more troops are rolling in. And there's going to be Alex. Bonsai, he's got to hold his ground and now dips away. Alex just on the opposite side, taking their time. Good shots are going to be connected. Alex is now backed away.
It's all about clutching in this moment right now. Bonsai has to clutch. It's a 1v1 with a long rotate, so it's going to have to be hurry up here. There it is. The shockwave sends everybody out of the bunker here. It's a 1v1. You hear the comms calling them out. And they're going to recover. Yeah, Bonsai's still alive here. On board with Alex, so there's a lot of 1v1s happening everywhere. There he goes. They're going in. They're going in. They get to the win shot. Nick 830 goes down.
Yeah, Nick 830. I think
they're all gone.
I think they're all gone, the trio. But a valiant effort, a decent fight nonetheless. Alex, though, came out of nowhere after that fight with Pizenko from a little bit earlier.
It's that right-hand peek. Alex held down that right-hand peek. Bonsai had to go up the stairs, and that was very difficult to do. I would have liked to see Bonsai maybe vault on top of the stairs to be able to change up the angle. But now Alex has to do this by himself, and he has a very tough rotate with no utility. And hopefully, he does pick some shockwaves. That's going to look nice, but maybe no one looks his way.
But his health is so low, and you know he's going to take a shot as he rotates in.
He's good.
He's got some floppers. He's got to take those quickly. Zone moving in very quick. You got to fight against that, and you're never going to win against zone, right? So you just got to continue to push forward. Laser up ahead, looking to make some moves with a shockwave.
The only one thing that's going to be a saving grace for Alex, as a solo, you could sneak around a little bit easier. Sure. You can get away, you can hide in the crevices. You just got to be sure that you don't pick a very easy spot like Zeko here underneath the bridge, which is a very valuable spot in zero builds.
Yeah, at this point, he's just in survival mode. He wants to go for placement points, maybe get a third party if he can do the best. But I'm seeing a lot of players flying out. Fluger on your screen, big fan of him. He plays so incredibly well. Watch out, though, one to the right. Hippie Habitat is going to drop. You got Ranger, Laser, CRR also just to the left. Does Fluger and Benz know?
And this is what I'm talking about. CRR as a solo, literally chilling, and they don't know where he is. Ranger and Laser are working together. His teammate goes down. Alex goes down. The solo run is over for them, and out goes some nice porter bunkers right there from CRR to be able to hold the ground here, but the battle is going to be right here, and let's see if CRR can survive. He's going to get away. The great use of the grappling glove.
Escaracha also alive. Look at this high ground coming out from Palermo. Beautiful stuff. Literally not able to touch him. He is going to have to rotate out, though. That's going to be one thing, but for now, he can just rain down bullets.
They literally attached themselves on top of the lighthouse with bunkers. Look at the structure. It is amazing to see, and this is going to be a high point. If someone could shockwave up there, they could airlift their way through the fans. But right now, if Palermo could collect the shots, this may be a dub from Palermo, considering that motor is gone.
Escaracho still alive. Ranger too. I see some shots flying over to Escaracho. CR taking a lot of damage. Ranger forced to dip away. Ichiro also using the air vent to get up, and now Sin soaring down. I think this game's over in another 2 or 3 minutes.
If you can imagine building, essentially they went to the other side, the other high ground with one shockwave. A great play from Palermo. Now he's going to put some pressure down below on Ranger, but that was an amazing shockwave. But look, the munition's not there. He only has a great prime shotgun, so he's going to have to hit his shots.
This would be such a big win from Palermo, especially doing it from home, right? One of our remote players, but still making an impact, still putting in that work, desperately trying to get in his own. Palermo is going to take a bit of damage, but look who's waiting for him. It's going to be Ranger off in a distance.
Ranger, the solo now, has to clutch as everybody is watching over him. Fluger goes down. Benz is really low. Not a lot of HP. Laser, his teammate, was sent out to the storm, but Ranger now in a 1v1. Can Ranger clutch? It is Palermo now. Palermo wins.
Wow, Palermo, Motor, in a yet to win a game, but that's going to be all right. Well done from Palermo. Honestly, Sancho, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that one of our teams playing from home was able to get a W.
The entire world is putting in a notice, and we are getting punked out here on our own backyard.
Man. We played 3 out of 5 games. North America has yet to win. Offense, they're sometimes not even in the top 3. There's one team right now that has green bars in front of them here on the stage, and it's 3 bobblehead signs because they're playing with a ping differential, and it doesn't even matter, Sancho.
It's incredible.
And let's check in with the standings. We have 3 games down, 2 to go. The question on everyone's mind, who's in the lead? Palermo's team with that victory. Leapfrog Motor, and they will be on top right now, Sancho. Europe has dominated. Can they continue the run? Game 4 starts now.
Pilkey is actually way up here north. You see, he's right north of Cypher, and for him to make the rotate down to Motor, I don't know, are they gonna pick on somebody else? Okay, I know the strat, bro.
Okay.
I know this strat. It's when you have a target on your back and you understand, like, listen, we just need to get to end game. We just need placement points. Let's create distance. Let's make this a very enticing way. I'm not going to give away the strategy right now, but this is really smart by Motor.
Incredibly smart. It has to be. Staying out in the open, staying out in the ocean anyways. Who's going to be looking out there? You're not going to get engaged out there. That's just the way it is.
No, not at all, but we're about to hit an engagement right now. Hippie Habitat taking the outpost. Palermo who has been landing there throughout the entire match. Here it goes. The fireworks go off.
All right, so this is going to be a big engagement for Palermo, knowing he's in first place at the moment. You know, this is a team that you cannot take lightly. Decent shots out, but also taking some damage. It's going to be fakes up ahead. Hippie Habitat, though, is going to take quite a bit. He's going to, he tries to get away. He can't. He's now caught in the corner. He's going to end up dropping Hippie Habitat. Now it's going to be a 13 health. He's now dropped. Only 2 more remain.
Benz was hurt and Pfluger was kind of stunk in his bunker, unable to do anything. Ben takes the high ground, may have to resort into hiding in the porta potty, but Hippie Habitat, the tip of the spear goes down, and Pfluger is out of town as well, as Hippie goes down to the beams of Etrol with the nice with the rifle shots. But Palermo, again, our new leader, who is holding strong just by a little bit though, because Motor had 0 in game 3.
That's right. Motor looking to have a solid game 4, maybe reclaim first place if he can. Palermo, though, seems to, well, you know, honestly, we haven't really focused on him in the initial, in the beginning games, and maybe he has been this aggressive off the rip, and who knows, maybe this fight against Benz and co has been taking place pretty much nonstop. I mean, seriously, they are pushing this harder than I've ever seen any team push another.
It is a page out of the playbook that we've been seeing throughout the entire tournament. People pushing aggressively. It is that important, considering 1 point is literally 10% of a victory royale.
Well said. Yeah, on that regard.
That's math for you, folks.
Math is hard, and I can't believe you pulled that out. I'm actually proud of you.
I did my best, and just like Takata and Carr doing their best, but you can see they're changing strategy. They're way far away from Green Gable.
They are. Takata sitting okay, Rampage there, but just like we saw a little bit earlier, you know, another roster just pushing aggressively as they possibly can. Surely Tokata did end up losing a little bit of someone. Zico on your screen, trying to catch up to his roster of Slipknot and Go is going to be just up above, but I think Tokata and them, they're in trouble. Nice shot from a distance. I just saw a tag of 109.
And you're seeing there the Hunter Bolt is getting some action here on the stream. The one thing I want to point out, you talked about what are the adjustments? This is the adjustments, not letting anything go for free. Last time we saw Palermo let Nick A30 go for free. Remember that fight?
I do.
If Nick A30 and Bonsai were able to clutch that, Palermo's not on top.
That's right, 100%. Little things here and there definitely change the course of your destiny. Rampage was distance from Tokata, but it seems as if they have managed to meet up with each other once again. But, I mean, Slipknot, Zico, Escaracho, they're not giving this fight up. I mean, they are pushing, but you have to maybe... Oh, Rampage is gone. I thought he already crossed the river. Why did he stop there?
He has no choice. I mean, you have 3 people on your backside reflections. There's not much you can do. I talked to him. He was very confident in today's games. He's one of the only teams representing North America right now in the top 10, doing really, really well. As you can see, Ranger here maybe introducing Palermo to get the return.
He's back up. He's back up.
Boulder. Oh, Palermo gotta watch out. That's gonna be a lucky thing, as Holme is out there in the distance as well. But Laser and Ranger and Sizlucky, here they come with their American flag pushing through to stop Palermo's push.
I'm surprised Laser pushed up as far as he did. We'll see if they're going to be able to make anything happen, and the towers are starting to go up.
And this is a rematch that we saw earlier in game 2. It's another one to win. Who will win? Palermo and Ranger. And Ranger goes down. Intro gets him down. But Ranger did get a knock as well. So they went back to back.
All right, so it comes down to Laser, Sizlucky. They've got to catch up. They've got to carry in this moment. He sees defeat. He touches him. That's going to be Palermo. Palermo now in a bit of trouble.
Sizlucky got to get in. Sizlucky by himself.
Sizlucky, though, might be able to go for the challenge. Palermo backing away, but now he's going to be on the low ground, but still able to get some tags. Solid job. In the water, never an easy thing to do. Sizlucky needs to attack us, but they're getting third party. This is why they're not going down for Palermo.
Bullman coming in from the backside here. Lars and full trolling here are here to ruin the party. There's nothing like a third party because the third party don't stop. And Sizlucky here, oh my goodness, in a bad way.
Bad way, but he seems calm. He seems like he's still all right. He's going to be thinking this through. He does lose Ranger. He loses Laser. Sizlucky, Palermo.
You combine them together as Palermo goes down here, the #1 spot, loses their captain. Vax is in trouble here. Etros is the only one that could be able to survive. Vax goes down. First place is in trouble as they're only down to 1 member. In this trio right now, Ballmate here is finally putting some points on the board.
Ooh, stuck in the zone, stuck in the storm. Itrol forced to stay alive as long as he can possibly can. 2 hat bots also to his name. He does have some bandages and white health, so he's going to be able to stay here for just a little bit of time. Wait till things cool down, but it's his luck. He's just up ahead too, right? So
his luck he has splashes though.
At a certain point, something's got to happen, and Itro is going to take the long way around.
Does he get this
no
res?
way he gets the res.
No, there's no way. He has no splashes. Yeah, he's just going to go down there. Hopefully there's some utility they could spare. Taking a look around the room here, SypherPK is gone, Sparkles QT is gone. Those trios have been wiped. Itro, the top place alongside with Palermo and Bax, will be back into this fight. You're seeing that a lot of it being a factor here. The reboot does take a lot of time as a solo.
This is going to be so hard for Itro, but think about it. If they come through and they win this game, the heroics of Itro would be fully, I mean, just absolutely phenomenal. So we're far away from that point, but I'm just throwing it out there in the universe, Sancho.
What's going to happen is basically Motor is going to match them for tit for tat when it comes to placement points, considering that he's going to be in his feet and he is vibing. He again, oh no, the vibes are off right now, and guess who it is, folks?
Pilky.
Guess who it
Oh,
is?
it's Blur Antics. No, it's Blur Antics.
They're going, they're trading shots. Motor's out in the open. He's in trouble, holding on by a cow catcher. But Blur loses a teammate. Blur goes down. This may be an opportunity to get pushed.
Well, they're going to have to use their shockwaves, and they actually do use their shockwaves, and Easiness is also going to be gone. Blur Antics is going to be going back into the fight now, trying to join back in his teammate. Good reaction and an excellent use of the shockwave to get back with his teammates. Motor goes down. But Motor goes down. Swifty up to the right. Jinx as well. Blur Antics up there with his trio. Pilky also there. Motor in trouble.
This was a fight that I thought would happen earlier. It happens in the mid-game rotation. And this is not going to be a good sign for the Motor fans, because right now he's going to come to a stop in his run.
Can anybody get to him? I don't think so, Sancho.
No, you let him go. That's it.
You got to let him go.
You let him go.
Maybe reboot, but it's going to be too risky.
Go on without me, brother. That's what they just said. Swifty and Jinx are going to have to do this, and they're going to have to hold on to, and they're going to be, I remember, what did I say at the very beginning? Nate Hill, Zemi and Tfue, this is their game, and look at them like pirates in the airship, sending beams down way, and it is first place that's in trouble here. Palermo literally now goes down to the Bombe team out in the distance.
Yeah, and Fake's also going to be a just a sliver of health. He's now gone. Itro has a tough decision to make. Does he want to try and go for the revive? It's risky. I don't think you can. You're most likely going to have to dip. In the meantime, looking at a helpless Palermo, he's gone, and like you said, that is a wrap. And Nate Hill. Nate Hill, Zimmy starting to wake up.
Starting to activate at the right time because they need this. It's only this game and the next. And that's it. Twitch Rivals will wrap it up as we go on board with Nate Hill, the superstar from FaZe, who's been an OG from Fortnite from a long time, who has so much TwitchCon experience in LAN. Of course, you cannot forget about Tfue, who's been dominating zero builds every day on Twitch.
Seeing a lot of storm riding, just staying in the storm, taking their time to get through. Meanwhile, look at Rocky Rills, brothers. So much going down. Blurentics also coming in from the flank. Swifty, one of the last remaining member from Motor, trying to keep the dream alive to reclaim first place. Taking his time though, setting the trap from the flank. It's going to be a nice tag, and that's one down.
That's almost like a mirror shot. The two goes down the same outfit here, but this will be a clutch. It could literally come down to 1 point, and this could be Swifty's opportunity. Has 4 shockwaves.
There he goes.
Plenty of mobility to make something happen here in this end game.
Ooh, dodging shots, takes a little bit of damage, but not so.
No,
he almost cleared the corner. That is heartbreaking. Nobody around him, I don't believe, but this is going to be a good opportunity because people might rotate into him, especially if they pull zone. This could be third-party central for Tfue and Zimmy.
We have been seeing the play reflections of a shockwave ruining any kind of bush hold, so they can have to expect that as shockwaves are now raining out right now. Pilky with not the greatest of shockwaves for that trio here, but they do get some bangs on Zangi there. But Aydan prospering, no, Aydan goes down here. You talked about these bunkers. There are angles that people could peek into.
And Versa prospering now, trying to get Aydan back up, but I think the cover is going to be coming through from Aydan's perspective. We're going to see another one fall. Prospering's going to be last alive now as we switch over. Bombe trying to go big in the moment. I believe that is going to be the trio fully eliminated. At least Aydan is fully. Oh, no, wait up a second. They start to change Pilky on your screen. Mom and Dad's going to be proud as they are going to be firing shots up at 32 shells. Shield tag, Sancho. And another one up. Pilky keeping his head on a swivel.
Fighting for NA. Pilky, the American boy, is making his push. He's trying to rack up as many eliminations here with his parents in the crowd. This is going to be a big play right now for Blur, Easiness, and Pilky.
All right, we'll see if they're going to be able to make it happen. There's going to be a team off just to the right. That's going to be Rampage and Tokata trying to stay alive. Versa prospering, also down low too. Tokata drops. This might be an opportunity where Pilky says,
Pilky going in!
Attack, and he's going in. It's going to be 32 health. That player is one shot, but Pilky's not done yet.
Mama told him that he knows how to play all the way from the Little League games, and right now he is batting big dingers, and that is all that Pilky could do, and the battle is happening down below. Prospering goes down, versus up. Piz is in a battle right now inside of this bunker. This bunker battles are just so intense.
Well, Piz as well as Alex, they're going to stay alive for the time being. Just look at all that loot in front of them. It's plenty to choose from, but honestly for them, they just want to They understand they're about to get challenged, and it might be from Pilky.
This will be a crucial shockwave. Does it get him in the right direction? They do split just a little bit here. They do find an empty bunker. This is going to be a huge rotate. They get shot from the backside. Goes for the snipe. I like the Moxie here, but now the separate here. So many crossfires happening here. He takes out Tfue. Tfue taken down by Pilky. A star in the making.
And Simi, I don't know if he's still alive, but either way, he might just be the solo to make it happen for Tfue and co. Meanwhile, for Pilky, I cannot believe the barrage of bullets they were able to dodge in that moment. Things will slow down just a bit, but I mean, it's not going to be smooth sailing forward. Already taking some damage at Pilky.
He needed that shockwave. It is now every player for themselves. He most likely accidentally shot him away, but he doesn't get the steal here. Gets some shots, and down goes Pilky. Pilky with a great run so far with 38 points. No doubt will be on top of the board here, but his teammates are still in this fight. Reflections. You look at his teammates go. Blur. Blur with the white dice. Blur goes down.
Easiness to last hope for Pilky, as well as Blur pushing his good management. Nice shot. He's going to be on the flank, and Easiness going to pick up a combo. Easiness going to pick up a combo. That's going to put him in 11 eliminations. He's trying to get away. He is still alive.
He's not taking it easy, baby. He's switching on to the most difficult mode. He's not done, but he goes down to the top 3 by Kaizen.
But still 11 eliminations, Sancho. That's a ton of points they're going to be able to build up, plus the placement points that they just earned. Heck of a job from Pilky, from Blur Antics. Easy.
Look who's
that
left.
flank was everything.
It's the LatAm, and the French team is going to go right up into it. MXR is going in, so it's a very crucial shockwave to get them out of the bunker. Here it is, French team and the LatAm community going toe-to-toe. They both lose one. It's a 2v2. Zeko is up. Zeko takes a big shot, Nick up, and Zeko, vamos, baby!
Vamos, Zeko. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
I really hope we see a leaderboard before I go into this last game, because it's going to determine like who is in the running. I feel like there's like about at least a three horse race here.
Are any of those horses from North America?
Not at the moment. I mean, Pilky
maybe building, because he was in third. Here we go.
Okay, here it is. So, oh my, the top is close here. Palermo does hold on to the top spot right now. Motor still in second, but tied with Zeko there at 43.6 behind Palermo. Game 5, the final Fortnite game of the day to determine the winner of Twitch Rivals at TwitchCon. Let's get into it.
All right, game number 5. It comes down to this, the official last game. There's been so much hard work and effort put in.
Including them, there's only 47. CRR does go down, so that might be that green light for building. We saw someone being not aggressive, but this is a team that has a different strategy because they need these elims. Here goes Jade.
Jade is going for it by himself. He splits himself from his teammates. That's going to be a player just down below. Great, beautiful shots. Easy going. Archie is down. I think one more player still remains on top of this hill. That was a confident and aggressive push from Jade, but it pays dividends.
NA is waking up. NA is trying to take this away from all the rest of the world here. Jade right now, look, we haven't been talking about building so much, but 38 points, they're there.
38 points, not bad at all. They still need about 12 points if they want to catch up to first place. In the meantime, they're going to be trying to gatekeep. One is going to be spotted on top of the blue. Sniper in the hand. Jade still trying to get those land shots onto Fluger and Benz, who is just desperately trying to get in zone. This is the problem you run into when you find yourself in the storm for too long. Nick 830 is going to be down, though. Bonsai Bro's also gone. Only one more remains.
Palermo knew that he needed to have that spot. Nick 830, Bonsai Bros, we're holding on to it now. It is up to one of the twins of the Bonsai Bros to evade the sweat, and no! The sweat runs dry as Palermo and Co. pick up more eliminations, and they increase their leads. Now a total of 53 points, and that's the thing, dude. What did I say? Chakata said, if you're not confident, if you show one sign of not being confident, you will get pushed. And that's what happened. Palermo went in there, and took away Nick A30's spot.
In the meantime, CRR also there. One of his teammates is going to be down, so he's got to try and revive and go for that. But now battling against the Storm, I think they are in a lot of trouble, and they were both just finished off. Now Lars, solo, forced to go into building. He's full sending it. He's going up top. No, down below. Just a sliver of health. This should be an easy cleanup for building.
Jade wants this. He'll sacrifice the fall damage to get it, and he does. 42 points. Remember, when we saw them, they were in the 36, and now they got 42. They're racking it up. They're putting on the pressure. There's always a team in 0 builds. When momentum starts going your way, they do pop off. And here it is. Jade building and go, dude.
Hey, look, there's 38 players left. You take away that trio, there's 35 potential points they can pick up if they just continue to stay aggressive.
You got Piz and Co. still in this fight. Rhodey might be a solo out there in this fight. Motor has now found himself a home very close to the Sanctum here. Well, look at that. That home may be attacked from the top side here. And here it goes, man. This is going to be a good battle for Zeko. But Zeko now takes a big shot here on the underneath side.
Yep, they're going to have to get that high ground if they put
this is not good.
And not a good spot to be in. But either way, they're going to be okay. But there's going to be a guy
Gotta get up.
They've got to get up. They have to fight this out. Zone's just coming in just a little bit. By the way, update with Fluger and Vince. Vince is still alive, by the way. So the Dream is still alive when it comes to Hippie Habitat to maybe progress a bit forward. But in the meantime, it seems like this high ground is giving them a little bit of an obstacle.
Do have a shockwave, but they don't want to use it. They're work their way through. It's going to be a tough one because they're going to expose themselves to so many people on the high ground. That was replays. Rotten, Twinkie, and Zuma holding them down. Zemi, Tfue, Nate Hill have a better opportunity, but oh no, here comes some tags here. They are now in the crossfire. They are in the E-limb box that's being created, and this is not good. Out goes the shockwave. Zeko goes down.
And Escaracho as well as Slipknot are forced to fight it out. Now it's just going to be Slipknot by himself. We see a potential victim up ahead, but he's going to be able to take down Rotten Twinkie. Oh, another one. Unfortunately, it's going to end up a little bit too high. That gave an opening to get a couple of tags. In the meantime, though, Slipknot, he's honestly in a decent spot.
What was that? Someone just slid on through as if they were just... There was a fire underneath their legs, and they just went so quickly here. Zuma replays are going to be able to recover, but look, more action happened on the top side. Ranger goes down. Zemi, Tfue, and Nate Hill are active. It looks like it's only going to be Tfue and Zemi here. No Nate Hill inside. Rhodey Bros is just...
Oh, Zemi?
Motor. Zemi goes down once again here. So it's going to be up to Tfue to be by himself, but he's creating so much pressure underneath everybody here. And replays Twinkie and Zuma. Can Tfue withstand this barrage of gunfire?
Well, back on board with Slipknot. He lost his 2 players a little bit earlier. Now taking a bit of damage. Now down to 134. Now 24. My lord, where did that even come from? Now 24 out and gone. But what a valiant effort that was, Sancho.
That's no doubt. That's going to give him a lot of money there. A great valiant effort here, but it was just not enough here as you just see so many people stuck in this valley. Now Tfue is facing the pressure from the top side from SypherPK.
Oh,
SypherPK going up against Tfue. Some big beams coming in from the Icon. As look at the look how aggressive Motor is. He's going to come here and clean up everything.
Oh, here he goes. Nice tags up close. Still taking a bit of damage. He's trying to dip out now. 52 health. Another shockwave could be used. He's now going back down, but he's in the open, Sancho. He's in the open, and he's forced to just get behind the rock, but unfortunately, it's going to be within the Storm. His teammate's going to be up ahead, and that's going to be it. Motor's team is now gone. First place might be up for grabs soon.
That was the most aggressive play to try to pick up all the pieces, and unfortunately, their run, it falls apart here, but Palermo now has a lot of people. It's the SypherPK trio here on the front doorstep here. Cypher may ruin the run as Palermo and Co. are across the 60-point threshold.
19 players remain, 16 total elims. These players are going to be able to pick up if they want. It is amazing that Palermo still has both of his teammates. Nikoff down to a sliver of health, forced to hide in the foliage as long as he possibly can.
This might be the victory lap for Palermo, considering that Building's the only one here. If Building and Co can get so many elims, I don't know if it's possible. Literally, it's going to meet every elim right now on the board and the victory royale if they're going to make this happen.
It's 3 in there. Just come down.
With Jade, with Building, right, trying to keep the dream alive when it comes to North America. Unfortunately, getting a bit too greedy was Building. He wanted to snipe into the grass. But luckily, should be okay to get picked back up. But this is going to overexpose his teammates now. And look at everybody coming through.
They're coming on through, but it may be a little too late right now for NA. Throughout the entire day, it has been EU and the LatAm community. Replays is still in this fight alongside with Rotten Twinkie here. Oh no, Palermo gets sent out by MXR here. The French are still fighting in this in-game. The zone is going to pull a little bit up, and already some great claim from Zangi and Co. But look at it on the backside. Nikoff goes down. Twinkie's in the Storm. So many people can't handle. There's a battle on the top for Aydan. Alex Holy, doing some great work.
Antics is also down. Easiness gone. Building just with a sliver of health. Replay is going to fall. Sharkman down.
Palermo's still up.
Palermo is still up. The Dream is still alive with 60+ points. Palermo's now dropping down to the low ground. He's going to be finished up. I think still has enough points for first. Either way, for game 5, is Alex going to be able to take it? He's a solo. He gets a nice shot onto one down below. That's going to be Sharkman. He's finished off now, down to a 1v1v1.
Shades with the beam. Shades does it. Shades does it. Representing NA gets the final frame here at TwitchCon 2022 in San Diego.
NA might not win the event, but we did not go quietly into that good night. We let everybody know we can play the game.
That is a very, very old reference.
A timeless reference.
Indeed.
Folks, it's time to reveal the winner of the Fortnite Zero Build Finale, and it's gonna be Palermo, Itriol, and Fax here, playing from home.
Insane.
And taking the dub.
Absolutely a wild ride that we win here in today's Switch Rivals TwitchCon. Look at that. It was just so close there. And look, it just, as you can see, that game 4 was treacherous for them, and they turned it around getting that 16 points. But look at Building's run. By far the best performance of today in A, could at least put it at.
Literally every competitor here competed as they did. Whether they qualified or they were invited, it was a beautiful thing, Blaze.
Was indeed. Everybody showing up and everybody walking home at least some of that $200,000 prize.
So they're not